You know, when you debut, you have to leave a great first impression, just like I did on YouTube.
I actually like how ring is big.
This is so cringy. Anyway, today we're going to rank top 10 greatest WWE debuts of all time. Number 10, The Big Show. He debuted during Stone Cold Steve Austin vs Vince McMahon match. And he beat the shit out of Stone Cold, you know, The Big Show. So I think that's a great first impression to defeat the face of the company in your first WWE appearance. Number 9, Taz. Taz was an ECW original and he debuted in Royal Rumble match. That's a great way to debut, just like AJ Styles did. In ECW, he was the face of the company and he was a freaking machine. In the Royal Rumble match, he did some awesome things, but after that, he was booked like a mid-carder and then like a jobber, and then he was on commentary. So that career was pretty much ruined, but the debut itself was pretty awesome. Again, just like mine.
Ring is big.
Number 8, Ric Flair, the original of WCW, the face of WCW maybe, some would say. What was shocking is that he not only appeared in the WWE, but he appeared with a big gold world title. Later he came back to WCW, but when WCW died, he came back to the WWE again, and he was running WWE Raw and Vince McMahon was running SmackDown, so they did that draft, you know. And then he was a part of Evolution, and that's when I started watching wrestling, so Ric Flair is obviously one of my favorites of all time. Number 7, NWO, the group that destroyed WWE in ratings at one point. Later WWE kicked their asses because they had Viagra match. That says a lot. Now WWE could not bring NWO when WCW officially died because they still had contracts. So when NWO debuted, the impact wasn't that big, but it was still pretty shocking, and Hulk Hogan even faced The Rock at WrestleMania 18. Number 6, and this one is a recent one, AJ Styles. Now AJ Styles was TNA original. He appeared in WCW as well in a tag team, but he was always known as the TNA guy. He was basically a John Cena of TNA, just not as pushed as much. Now, even though there was rumors about AJ Styles' debut in the WWE for several months, it was still shocking and awesome to see him debut at Royal Rumble 2015. Everybody wanted to see AJ Styles in the WWE, and we got him. And now we're going to have a dream match that we wanted in 2009 or 10, AJ Styles versus John Cena. Let's hope that John Cena is not going to do typical Cena thing and beat AJ Styles. That would totally suck. No, don't do it. No. Number 5, The Undertaker. The debut was awesome, it was scary, but we saw a dead man in the ring. He was dead. So they basically, when they hired him, they just put him out of the casket and dressed him, and cup of logic, WWE. Cheers. Anyway, it was pretty awesome, and even though these creepy gimmicks didn't work at that time, Undertaker was an exception to that, and he became one of the greatest WWE superstars of all time. Number 4, Goldberg, another superstar that should have appeared when WCW died, but it wasn't possible, so he debuted in 2003 attacking one of the greatest heels of that time, Hollywood Rock. He speared The Rock, and one thing that I did not like about his debut is that they showed him walking in backstage, so it kind of ruined the whole thing, you know, but it was still unbelievable, and who could forget the greatest match of all time, Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. Like, again, I've said it once, if you haven't seen it, make sure to go to WWE Network, WrestleMania 20, Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg, extreme shit, Stone Cold is the referee, you will not be disappointed. And if any of you know this match, you know what I'm talking about. Number 3, Kane. Yeah, Kane wasn't always an authority's bitch. Now that's an unpopular opinion, but I kinda enjoyed Kane's roller coaster gimmick, you know. He had two personalities and I actually loved it. I loved it. Now Kane debuted as Undertaker's brother with one of the best costumes and masks I have ever seen in my life. He broke into the Hell in a Cell and knocked the shit out of The Undertaker And that was one of the greatest rivalries of all time. Undertaker versus Kane, two giants that actually worked. I'm not a biggest fan of, two giants, oh man, it's money. No, I don't like that. But that was really awesome. And even though Kane was kinda ruined and the mask was removed for no effing reason, they should have never removed the mask. But the debut itself was really awesome. And Kane is a really good guy, and he's one of my favorites as well. Number 2, and this one is recent as well, the Icon Sting. Now this would have been number 1 if it was done correctly. Now what I did not like about this debut is that it was spoiled. Sting already appeared in Comic-Cons, all that kind of shit, and he had a contract with WWE but never appeared in WWE ring, so that was kinda ruined. It should have been kept as a surprise, Sting on the Titantron, nobody knows what the fuck is going on, Sting for the first time ever. So that would have been much better, but either way it was still pretty shocking and amazing. The WCW icon who did not appear in WWE after WCW died, came into the WWE and saved us from the Authority. That didn't even last a month, but anyway, he attacked Triple H, and even though he lost all the matches and didn't face The Undertaker, it was still great to see the icon in the WWE. And number 1, Chris Jericho. It was done so right. And when you think about the greatest debut of all time, you always think about Chris Jericho. He was from WCW, and in WCW he was a cruiserweight in cruiserweight division, and he was booked like shit, But when he came into the WWE, he jumped into Intercontinental Championship division, into World Heavyweight Championship. He even became Undisputed Champion, and when he debuted, he interrupted The Rock. Now, some would say that The Rock kinda buried him on the microphone, but it was still amazing because Chris Jericho was a heel, you can't expect anything more. And you guys know that Chris Jericho is my number 1 or number 2 guy. The countdown was going on for a long time, so that's a great way to tease the fans who is going to appear, and Chris Jericho appeared. That hair was weird, but I guess that worked.
You disrespectful, stupid idiot.
He looked like a girl. Anyway, that was one of the greatest, if not the greatest debuts of all time. Now guys, I know that I should have done this a long time ago, but I haven't done Would You Rather because when you post questions on YouTube, it's too much, it's hard to find. I really want to focus on what you guys think about the video instead of you asking questions for Would You Rather. So what we are going to do is that we are going to do Would You Rather, but you have to leave questions on Twitter. My Twitter is this. It's the best thing going on. Man, I can't even describe how good it is. It's shit actually, but I don't know. So if you want to leave the questions, use the hashtag #TheGreatOneWouldYouRather. Now that's a long ass line, but it is what it is, use that instead of posting questions on YouTube. So the Great One, peace, love and hugs. It's been a pleasure.